You guys had a pretty efficient night from the field. I just wanted to know, like, what was behind that.
We have players that can make plays and finish the ball, or finish the baskets, finish the score. So, yeah.
Safed.
Every quarter there was a big deficit that you guys tried to come back from, and you cut it close. I believe to 4 or 3 points too at the end. Just the fight in your team to come back from so many deficits. You were down by 14 at least at one point.
It's a resilient group. They want to win, and they understand where we are at that particular time in the game, doing what we needed to do to get ourselves back in the game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And of course, like Dearica said, we know we could score the ball. It was a matter of us getting those stops that we wanted to get. And once we started to get those stops, our adrenaline started to flow, and we started to flow well offensively. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough. I wouldn't want to only say time on the clock, but this wasn't enough for us to finish it off.
Coach, looking at last weekend and now this weekend, how do you see teams adjusting to the pace of these games?
Well, that was probably the biggest thing, is adjusting to the pace of what it was going to be like, what it was going to feel like. The players have adjusted very well. I can speak for my own team. This is what we love to do. This type of running, this type of pace, it really plays into who we are and how we play the game. So we adjusted fairly well, because I have someone like Dearica, and as well as Ryan, who's played this style of basketball. So I have great teachers. I have great teachers and great leaders to be able to tell everyone else things that might be happening on the floor that I might not see, that she's able to see and she's able to teach and guide. So the pace is excellent for us. We adjusted quickly, and it's something that really makes us be the best team possible on the floor.
And Dearica, for you, she mentioned it's not a style that you're not used to. So how are you kind of taking that experience and bringing your teammates along and showing and helping them adjust?
I think just providing stability within the flow, and just trying to continue to tell people to move, and just play off of instinct. We have plays, of course, but there's times where I break it loose and I'm like, oh, just go get a pin down for Rye, and like we can look at each other, and same for Reek. So just trying to be consistent and providing stability within that.
So go to John Borey on Zoom.
Thank you for that, Jambari Moreau. I have a question for Dearica and for Coach. For Dearica, what are the factors that allowed you to be so effective on both ends of the floor? And then for Coach Weatherspoon, both of these teams shot identical, and you were right there with the laces in this game. I wanted to know, what adjustments do you feel like you could, I guess, focus on or work towards better in execution moving forward?
Personally, for me, just the space and ability to kind of, I'm not gonna say be out of control, but to play off my instincts. I would say that's been favorable for me in the style of basketball.
If you take a look at this stat sheet,
we led
free
in.
throws.
Yeah. And this scratch on my face, isn't it beautiful?
It's a very physical basketball game. Very physical basketball game. But you take a look at the free throws there, it made a difference right there when you look at this stat sheet.
Thank you.
Isaiah.
Passing is anniversary for, 5 years on. I wonder what did he mean to Kobe stories?
Personally, for me, I came into basketball late. But obviously, he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And when I was my time with the Aces, he used to come and watch us. And I think one of the first things he told me was that I could play defense, and it was kind of like, what? And now I think it was like maybe 8 months or so before that happened. So it's something I'll cherish with me forever. And I know a lot of people that obviously miss him. Yeah, I mean, if Kobe told you can play defense, I think you can play defense. I don't know where it went after that, but no, I'm just kidding.
We'll go to Erica on Zoom. Oh, sorry.
Kobe is the man. I've always admired everything about him. I admire his approach to everything that he does, and truly thankful for him and what he did for women's basketball, being so supportive and showing face. That meant a lot. And I think a lot of people started to follow behind Kobe because he recognized our gift, our talent, and how special it really is. And his daughter was right there as well. So he's big. He's been big in my life for quite some time. No one knows, but Kobe was with me at a very difficult time in my life. So Kobe is going to always be very special to me and very dear to my heart. Appreciate you. Love always, Kobe.
Erica.
Thank you so much. This question will be for both Dearica and for Coach Weatherspoon. For Dearica, you know, so much has been mentioned about the unique skill set that you bring to Unrivaled. I'm curious to get from your perspective what that has been like for you with regard to your leadership. Are there ways in which this format has brought out a different side of your leadership? And Coach T. Spoon, if you could just reflect on Dearica's leadership for the vinyl. Thank you.
I would just say experience, not necessarily in 3x3, but I think just experience in my time. I'm going on 11 years, I think. And we have a little bit of a younger group. And so me and JC have won championships and have been a part of winning culture teams. So I think my ability to pour in confidence and reassurance into my teammates, I think is very helpful. And I mean, I do that on all ends of my life, but I think that my teammates appreciate that.
You know, it's great to have someone with such great experience that Dearica has. Her voice means so much to everyone. When she opens her mouth, everyone's listening. But for me as a coach, to have her holding everybody accountable and holding that locker room together, that's big for me as a coach, knowing that she has everything under control. That's something I don't have to worry about. So that's big. And she's never too high, never too low. She's even keel. So she keeps everybody level. And that's the most important thing. Everybody is poised because she's poised. Everybody's confident because she's confident. And they see that, and she's bringing that every single day. But you guys see it between the four lines game day. But this happens every day in practice. This happens in the locker room all the time. She's always building, bringing them together and bonding off the floor. Yeah, that's big as a leader. She has an incredible voice, and we want that voice to continue to go.
Thank you, Coach.
Got it.
Any other questions? No. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Gotta go take care of this. See my girl's face? Come on now.